Welcome again to our University English Debating Championship. On this stage with me, we have representative student from Dili Institute of Technology. We also have representative student from Universidade Oriental Timor-Leste. For this debating session, we are still going to talk about the same motion, which is talk about the advantage and disadvantage of Timor-Leste being ASEAN members. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would like to give a chance to Dili Institute of Technology to introduce themselves. DIT, time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the time. Good evening, everyone. My name is Adel Zizestomia Maya, and here is my partner.
My name is Rinaldi Ramos das Neves Risbas.
And we are representative students from Dili Institute of Technology. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a round of applause. Now, give time to Unital to introduce themselves. Unital, you may begin.
Okay, thank you. We are honored to be here, with even all audience be here. My name is Agustino Shoa da Silva from Unital. My partner.
My name is Natalia Mara da Costa. We are the representative of Universidade Oriental Timor-Leste, Unital. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a round of applause. So the rule of the debating is still going to be the same. The debaters are going to be given 5 to 7 minutes to deliver the motion, and they're going to be asked questions by the judges, host, and the debaters themselves are going to ask each other's question. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would like to give a chance to Unital team to deliver the motion. Unital, you may begin.
Thank you. Let us to deliver our motion first. According to ASEAN website, Association Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, was formed in Bangkok in 8th of August 1967, were founded from 5 nations such Indonesia, Singapore, Philippines, Thailand, and Malaysia. This is in line with the purposes of ASEAN, which seeks to accelerate the economic growth, social progress, and cultural development in the region, and to promote regional peace and stability. 3 pillars of ASEAN, such ASEAN Economic Community, ASEAN Security Community, and ASEAN Socio-Cultural and Political Community. Regarding the 3 pillars of ASEAN, both the leaders of Timor-Leste is really interested to be a member of ASEAN. The accession of East Timor to the Association of Southeast Asian Nations is a process to start following the independence of the country since 2002, when its leaders started that it had the state of Association of Southeast Asian Nations in the future. The country officially applied for membership on 4th of March 2011. Timor-Leste is stood as a state in the region of Southeast Asia as one smallest country. In Article 8 of Constitution of RDDTL state that Timor-Leste still grow on relationship with a special friends to neighboring nations within those international region. Timor-Leste is an accession to would conclude Alonso Ney that President Dr. José Ramos Horta has described as more difficult than reaching the perfection of heaven. Timor-Leste has largely met the criteria of becoming a member state as explicated in Article 6 of the ASEAN Charter since 2015. That's 1, the state must be geographically located in Southeast Asia. Second, the state must be recognized by all ASEAN members. And the third, the state must agree to be bound by the ASEAN Charter. President of Timor-Leste, Dr. Ramos Horta, has acknowledged the challenge during January interview on the question of East Timor readiness to join. He said, there are weaknesses on our side as we are a new country. Let us to give one question. What is a goal of Timor-Leste to be a member of ASEAN? Regarding on the 3 pillars of ASEAN bloc and its aim, Timor-Leste also has an own objective. That's why the leader of this country never stopped in hope to be a member of ASEAN since gaining independence in 2002 until right now. And look at Article 6. The objective of our state is look at Article 6, Constitution of Hereditary of East Timor established that guaranteed economic development and the progress of science and technology. In this part, it's showing us that government is really interested to be a part of ASEAN member. When we decide to do something or being a part or association of some association, they always have positive and negative effect. Let us to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of Timor-Leste being a part of community of ASEAN. Advantages. There are some point of advantages that Timor-Leste join ASEAN bloc, such security, political, and economic. Look at the three pillars of ASEAN. One is political security community. To build on what has been constructed over the years in the field of political and security cooperation, the ASEAN have agreed to establish the ASEAN Political Security Community. APSC so aim to ensure that countries in the region live at peace with one another and in the region and with the world in just democratic and harmonious environment. Regarding to the aims of APSC, it will bring big advantage to Timor-Leste because we join ASEAN, we are a community. It will be easy for us to enter in other continents like Europe, Africa, and others. And second is economic. The Southeast Asian bloc, via creation of the Association Economic Community, is keen to establish a single market and production base to strengthen the implementation of its existing economic initiatives, accelerate regional integration in the priority sectors, facilitating movements of business persons, skills, labors, and talents. In terms of GDP, Timor-Leste economic growth was reasonable prior to political impasse in 2017 and 2018, as evidenced through the 5.3% growth that country saw in 2016. Talk about economic, we also talk about the free market. After joining ASEAN, Timor-Leste automatically will enter in wider larger market, and also through ASEAN, Timor-Leste will be gateway with China and ASEAN.
Well, disadvantage of Timor-Leste community of
2 more minutes.
Economy Timor-Leste is very lack. Economy participate Timor-Leste in account only $2,500 according to Dutch Management General Statistics Solid in 2040 and 2022. Import chain is higher, their exportation almost 700 million, while import chain only 40 million. We have a difficulty as human resource, like us look for the education first. As you know, Timor-Leste is the one lacks its human resource. Some teachers are not very qualifying when they are teaching today, they're not teaching their area. Two, if you compare Timor-Leste with other members of ASEAN, Timor-Leste, they one lack economy and the development is slowly. How can compare with other? Example, when Timor-Leste is being a member of ASEAN, absolutely, Thailand, Myanmar, and other members of ASEAN, people will come in their quality, human resource, and with their companies to work in our country. And Timor-Leste people will to go their country side and will be increased number of down. Actually, Timor-Leste system for democracy.
Thank you so much, Unital. Your time is up. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a round of applause. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, let's give a chance to DIT. You may begin to deliver your motion.
Okay, thank you. As we already know, the motion of today is talking about the advantage and disadvantage of Timor-Leste being an Asian member. Okay, according to Asian website, Asian stands for Association of Southeast Asian Nation, was established on 8th of August 1967 in Bangkok, Thailand, with a vision to strive, maintain peace, stability, integrated market, and leave no one behind through the three community pillars, such as security community, economic community, and also social cultural community. Timor-Leste became an independent in 2002 after centuries of Portugal colonial rules and a violent occupation by Indonesia, with a total of population 1.3 million according to census to 2021. Okay, now we are going into today's motion, but here I'm just talking about the advantage because the disadvantage are going to talk by my partner. So to know about the advantage of Timor-Leste being a member of ASEAN, we have to look for the ASEAN three community pillars based on our real situation in our country. First, we are looking for the security community. According to our president, Dr. José Ramos Horta, on interview with CNA Insider, he said that our country is known as a zero political violence, zero ethnic violence, and also zero religious-based violence. So the advantage that we can get if we, being a member of ASEAN, is we can prepare to open our border and also answer for the free marketing. Through this, will help us to increase our economic income in our country. And the second is economic community. Timor-Leste is considering as an unsustainable economy. And according to Asian fact-finding missions, they said that the Timor-Leste future economic is still unsure. Why? Because they said that 90% of economic income of Timor-Leste is coming from petroleum fund, and it will turns out in a short time. But according to our president, Dr. José Ramos Horta, he said that our country is big enough, developed with the gas coming from Greater Sunrise. And he said that we will have billions and billions of dollars in investment that will be coming, so that the advantage that we can get through the economic community, if we be a member of an ASEAN, is more investment will come in across the region, across the world, so that it will help us to increase our economic, and Timor-Leste economic will jump dramatically. And the third is social and cultural community. Cultural community means improve the quality of people's life, which bring one country close to another country. So let's look to our reality in our country. Do people in our country already improve their quality of life or not? So when we talk about improve people quality of life, it means that we base on the education system. So according to our president, Dr. José Ramos Horta, he said that the number of illiterate people in our country every year it decreases. And he also said that now 80% of young people that can access to the education. It means that the education system in our country is on progress to be better. And if we being a part of an ASEAN, I think it will be better for us to develop our education system. Why? Because when we be a part of an ASEAN, I think we can learn from other countries, and also we also can share with them. And through this, we can improve our quality of our education. Here I would like to conclude about my argument. When we want to be a member of an ASEAN, what we need to look 4 is we need to believe in our potential of our
2
country,
minutes left.
and also we need to believe in our strength, not look into our weak. Because we can take an example for Cambodia. Who are they? Who are Cambodia in 20 and 30 years ago? They are nothing. But look, who are Cambodia now? After they joined the ASEAN, their country changed dramatically. So, based on our argument, we think Timor-Leste also can join as a member of an ASEAN. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Please give a round of applause to DIT team. Thank you so much. Now I would like to ask question to Unital first. So, speaking of the economy, trade economy, given the current situation around Timor-Leste, especially the capital, the owner of the supermarket, or known as Loza, most of the Loza, or most of the market, it is owned by the Chinese people. It is a fact. So, if Timor-Leste is going to be the members of the ASEAN, how it is going to be benefit Timor-Leste? Do you get the question? Unital, do you get the question?
May you repeat it?
Okay, the current situation, given the current situation when it comes to the market, nowadays, the supermarket or market, or known as Loza, do you get it? Okay, most of it is owned by Chinese people in Timor-Leste. If Timor-Leste is going to be the members of the ASEAN, how it is going to be benefit for Timor-Leste?
Well, thank you for question. I think the China is opening the shop in this Timor-Leste. They are a point for the government Timor-Leste, and we are benefit of the China, but every shop in this Timor-Leste area, Chinese domination in Timor-Leste. And then, how community? This is a community member, Timor-Leste been of membership in Asia. Because Timor-Leste relationship, Asian and community, the economic acceleration, and can marketing, economy, but Timor-Leste no have the shop, and the Chinese can open the shop in this Timor-Leste. We get benefits of Chinese. We call this membership a community ASEAN.
How it is going to be benefit for Timor-Leste?
Benefit of Timor-Leste, benefit of the Timor-Leste we get in China, I think Timor-Leste can benefit the China opening the shop in this Timor-Leste. But Timor-Leste not have a shop $1 in the China, not Timor. But you can benefit of Timor-Leste, you can buy the accelerated economic Timor-Leste, a full membership ASEAN.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please give them a round of applause. Now comes to the DIT. DIT were mentioned that it's a great opportunity for Timor-Leste if Timor-Leste is going to be the members of the ASEAN, because given the fact that Timor-Leste has petroleum fund, most depending on petroleum fund. So other than that, other than petroleum fund, speaking of the economy, what other specific sectors that Timor-Leste need to get ready before to become full members of the ASEAN?
Well, expect petroleum fund. I think Timor-Leste can still have benefits from agricultural products such as coffee products, and I think the government of Timor-Leste still need to invest more in agricultural sectors to get more products to offer to ASEAN.
Okay, I will add more. Other than petroleum fund, I think the most important is human resources, because even if we have many resources in our country, but we don't have a good quality of human resource, even if we have natural resources in our country, but we don't have a quality of human resource, I think that is useless. And I think the most important is if we have a good quality of human resource in our country, maybe other country from Asia, they can invite us to work with them. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful answers. Now I would like to give a chance to the judges to ask the question. Judges, you may begin to ask the question.
Yes. Thank you. So my question is to DIT. I see you also mentioned about the economic benefits for Timor-Leste. My question is for private sector of Timor-Leste. Do you think that our private sector already well prepared to join ASEAN in terms of free market? If ready, please explain, and if not, also provide your reason. Thank you.
DIT, you may begin to answer the question.
Please, can you repeat your questions again?
Okay, speaking of the economy, especially private sectors, if Timor-Leste is going to be the members of the ASEAN, in terms of the private sectors, is Timor-Leste ready? If Timor-Leste is ready, why? And if we are not ready, then why?
I think Timor-Leste need to improve more, invest more in agricultural sectors and other key productive sectors such as fisheries and other tourism to get more income from them.
Okay, I will add more. I think based on the questions, I think Timor-Leste is not ready. It's not ready because we based on the private sector, because as we told, based on the real situation in our country, we look for the private sector. Many of people who work there, I can say that they are not working with a professional. So I think we still we have to improve the quality of human resources or people who work in the private sector. So I think if we already improve their manner of working and also their skills, if we already improve all of them, I think we are ready to join the ASEAN. But if we are not improve their quality of work or their skills or their ability, we just join the ASEAN. I think it's not worthy for us to join the ASEAN. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a round of applause. Now goes to the second judge. Please do ask your question to UNITAL team.
Once again, before I go to the question, I'd like to give a quick reminder. Please, debaters, be careful with words such as illiterate and resource, because
The question is asking about socio-cultural. If Timor-Leste is going to be the members of the ASEAN, what can Timor-Leste do in terms of the socio-cultural?
Well, thanks for the question. So, if Timor-Leste in terms of full member of ASEAN, Timor-Leste can promote more our socio-cultural in the ASEAN, such we can promote more our own culture in their area. So that's all.
The Association of the Timor-Leste, the Association Southeast Asian National Progress, they started following the independence of the country in 2002. When to later start that he had started Association National in the future. The country officially applied for membership.
The question is asking about what can Timor-Leste do if Timor-Leste is going to be the full members of the ASEAN in terms of the social culture. Social cultures means that the way of improving quality life of the people. ASEAN countries, through education, cultures, make ASEAN countries close to each other. As a Timorese, what can we do if we're going to be the full members of the ASEAN?
Well, I will follow up my answer. So, if Timor-Leste being a full member of ASEAN, that will give an advantages for Timor-Leste, through education sector. Now we are looking in our country, education sector is, we can say that it's very lower or less of human resource. But if you are a full member of ASEAN, if you are being a full member of ASEAN, we will make your, we will work bilateral with other countries to be make us to be strong in our sector. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Please give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, thank you so much, DIT and UNITAL. Now I would like to give a chance to both teams to ask questions to each other. I would like to go with DIT first.
Well, my question is, what do you think that Timor-Leste is ready and prepared to welcome the ASEAN members to our country?
They get the question, you may begin to answer.
Well, thank you. I think Timor-Leste is eventually prepared to be a member of ASEAN because of our lack of economic and less human resources. But I think that will give a big advantages of for Timoreans to be a member of ASEAN, because when we have joined a member of when we have joined ASEAN bloc, it will make us to be strongly and to be make develop more in our country. Thank you.
Thank you so much. DAT, are you satisfied with the answer? Okay, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Please give them a round of applause. Now I would like to give a chance to UNITAL to ask question to DIT.
Okay, well, my question, we know Timor-Leste been offered a full membership of ASEAN as soon as possible, and regarding to President Joko Widodo, give us two options to choose, like disparate position of politically and appearing professional position. What your perspective, your academy student?
Okay, can you repeat the question and make the pronunciation more clear?
Well, We know Timor-Leste being a full member of ASEAN as soon as possible. Regarding to President Joko Widodo gave us two options to choose, like disappearing position of politically and appearance position of profession position. So what is your perspective as academic? Thank you.
Do you get the question?
Sorry, can you make it short and clear?
Can you repeat the question? It's because I myself confused with the question, honestly. So repeat the question.
Okay, Timor-Leste will be in a full membership of ASEAN, but regarding to President Joko Widodo, gave us two options to choose, like disappearing position of political and appearing profession position. And what are your
Disappearing.
perspective as a student?
Disappearing political
And appearing profession position.
and appearing
Profession position.
petition,
Profession position.
petition profession,
Profession position.
profancy, proficiency, position,
Profession
profession,
position.
profession, position. Okay, so the question is asking about President Joko Widodo give Timor-Leste two options. First is about disappearing political. The second is about professing position.
Sorry, we can get your questions.
Okay,
Can
you
you
need to
repeat?
answer the question. You need to answer the question.
Can you repeat again? Can you speak it clearly, please?
As soon as possible, Timor-Leste will be a full member of ASEAN. Then we have two options to choose. As we know, Timor-Leste is adopt full democracy and political. So, two options of choose is, one is disappearing position of political and appearing profession position. So what is your perspective about it? So which one will you choose? Then why? Give the reason.
Okay, you may begin to answer the question. May I see the question? May I see the question? Get everything? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, disappearing position of political and appearing position of the political. Appearing position in ASEAN or disappearing position in ASEAN, which means that are we going to show ourselves in ASEAN or we are going to disappearing ourselves from ASEAN? Do you get the question?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. You may begin to answer the question.
Thank you. Thank you for the questions. According to our opinion as academic student, we think we choose the first one because we all are enthusiasm to join the Asian. So why we don't want to show ourselves into the Asian? So I think we choose the first one because we all want to join as an ASEAN member. So I think it's better for us to show ourselves, to show our country to other country from ASEAN. So we